The word was out. A special visitor was returning home. And all eyes were focused on native son Michael Jordan.
Number 23, Michael Jordan.
And Jordan gave them more than their money's worth, as he and teammate Scottie Pippen slam dunked Chicago to an early advantage. Led by Michael Holton, Charlotte made a third-quarter run. But Chicago's Michael was still the main attraction. And the Bulls maintained the lead. In the fourth, the Hornets looked down low to Tim Kempton. Jordan had the answer. But as Rambis got free on the pick and roll and Tripucka buried a three-pointer, Charlotte took a 2-point lead. Though Jordan managed to tie the score with 26 seconds remaining, Charlotte countered Chicago Superman with their own version of Clark Kent.
Holton guiding the club at the point. 13 on the shot clock, 14 on the game clock. Kempton comes out to get the ball. Kempton dribbles down the left side, takes it baseline, almost loses it. 5 on the shot clock. Reed head fake, turns, fires, shot, blocked. Rambis with a shot, no good. Rebound, Rambis up and in with a count. It's good. Hornets win. Hornets win it. 103-101 on Kurt Rambis' tip in at the buzzer.
The fans went crazy, the players went crazy, I went crazy. I'd never done that before. It was like we'd won the championship at that point in time.
Outside, the storm had passed. But inside, the Knicks would be yet another victim swamped by a tidal wave of purple and teal as New York was outshot, out-hustled, and simply outplayed by the swarming Hornets.
The first two-thirds or three-quarters of the season, we found ourselves where we were ahead of 3 or 4 of the other teams in the NBA. And that's purely to the credit of our players who somehow found a way to scratch out these close wins that they've been able to get.
Against a tough Bullet squad, the Hornets managed to scratch out another last-minute victory.
Rex Chapman from three-point range. 105-101, 9 seconds left.
We have to play mentally and physically tough. We have to limit our mistakes, our turnovers, and react to the other team's turnovers and make that a plus for us.
The game plan was working to perfection in a January contest against Philadelphia in the Spectrum. The Hornets were in search of win number 10, and in the first quarter, Tripucka put Charlotte up by 6. The visitors were flawless in their execution, but the Sixers sought to stymie the explosive Hornet attack. Chimenski's dunk completed the resurgence as the Sixers went up 108-107 late in the fourth. And with 30 seconds left, Philadelphia looked to ice the game as Barkley's jumper made it 110-107. But the Hornets weren't ready for the deep freeze.
Here goes Chapman for 3, and we have a tie game.
Chapman's clutch three-pointer sent the game into overtime, and in the 5-minute extra period, Charlotte took over.
Rhodes finds the open man.
The Hornets won it running away to notch their first overtime win. Kelly Tripucka's 40-point effort was the difference as Charlotte celebrated their biggest road win to date.
We went out and they spent a few extra bucks for us to have a couple of celebration drinks, so to speak, back in the hotel. So it was definitely worth it. The next day we got over to the library where Rocky ran up the stairs and we all took a team picture. So it was that much fun, that much an accomplishment.
For 2 years, this former All-Star languished at the end of the Utah Jazz bench. Now, Kelly Tripucka and his new team sought retribution with a stunning victory.
8 seconds remaining. Utah 88, Charlotte 87. Crowd anxious. Holton gets the inbound. Comes to Tripucka. 5 seconds. Down to Holton. Holton driving. Fires a layup. Blocked. Up with a shot. There it is at the buzzer. It's going to count. The Hornets are going to win. Hang on. It's good. Hornets win it. 89-88. Kurt Rambis at the buzzer on the stick back.
And I was just standing on the other side of the basket minding my own business when the ball just kind of bounced down, went right in my hand. I really didn't have to move to do anything, and I just threw it up and it went in again right when the buzzer went off. And to have that happen twice in one season is actually pretty funny, especially when it happens to me.
The very next day, Kurt took a sentimental journey to the place he had called home to be honored one last time.
So on behalf of all of us Lakers and all of you fans out there, I'd like to say thanks to Kurt, and I'd like to present him with his World Championship ring.
Rambis was back in town as a Hornet, but when his former teammates presented him with his 4th World Championship ring, it was clear that both Kurt and L.A. had not forgotten his 7 glorious years as the workhorse behind a Laker dynasty.
You could just feel it, how much it meant to him to just return and what it meant to everybody there in the arena.
It was real emotional. It just, the fact that my teammates gave me hugs, my ex-teammates gave me hugs, and the fans gave me a standing ovation. That's what was really special to me. I'll hold that memory for the rest of my life.
Make the extra pass, that makes them play more time, finish plays off strongly to the basket. Don't just hope it goes so they knock it loose and run out. It's a game we can get if we want to go play and lift up our level 5%. We said we were going to do that for the last 3 days. It's time to win. Let's go play.
Dateline February 3rd, crunch time against Seattle and the emergence of an unlikely hero.
9 seconds left. They're looking for Chapman. They're looking for Reed. Reed has it, turns, fires a pass to Kempton. Kempton, layup, good! Tim Kempton, 106-108. Hornets lead by 2 seconds left.
Kempton's layup with 2 seconds left sealed the Hornet victory, and another chapter was written in the legend of
Dr. K. Dr. K.
At 6'10", Kempton is one of the few NBA big men who can operate smoothly in the open floor.
One night, he went on a little scoring rampage, and the next day he showed up in the paper looking like Ben Casey with the little reflector on his head and everything, and let me tell you, we rode him.
More or less one of the sports writers after one of those games where I just dribbled the length of the court and dished off. And we won the game, and it was an exciting game, and he brought it out in the paper the next day. So the players got a hold of it, Kurt Rambis, and you know, they just didn't let it die.
Moses led the new-look Hawks into the Coliseum, but it was the fast-breaking Hornets who would part the Red D. The Pacers were next to fall to Charlotte's February run.
Run it. We got enough guys to stay fresh. There's a fast tempo. We can score. We'll take care of the boy, but you gotta run back.
Quick out of the blocks again, the Hornets swept the Spurs as Tripucka led the way with 40.
You people mean the world to me, and I'm just thankful I'm a member of the Charlotte Hornets. Let's go out and win one.
On March 8th, Kelly Tripucka scored his 10,000th career point versus the Nuggets, and Hornet management presented him with a home spa as the Coliseum roared with approval. 2 nights later, they were applauding again as they bid farewell to a living legend and welcomed the newest Charlotte fan. Out west, the Hornets battled LA's other team. In defeating the Clippers for the second time, they gained their 16th victory of the season on an uplifting note.
Hornets have got themselves the win. Hornets have got themselves the victory.
It's been a really successful season for us, and just to be a part of it has been really exciting and a really nice learning experience.
The Hornets were about to embark on their most successful road trip of the year. With most of the season behind, they were no longer awed by bright lights and big names. As the game began, newly acquired center Greg Kite went head-to-head with all-star Patrick Ewing. He helped keep it close until marksman Del Curry could put the game out of reach.
Del Curry with a big two-pointer, 102.99.
Showing no signs of his early season wrist injury, Curry continued to play well in Philadelphia, scoring 23 points off the bench. As he and Tripucka buried the Sixers with deadly long-range shooting.
The Charlotte Hornets have win number 19.
In New Jersey, Charlotte was greeted by an unfamiliar sight. Playing before a sparse crowd, the Hornets needed a lift.
Muggsy's the heart and soul of our team. He's our spark plug.
My kids tell me I like Muggsy because we're both short.
Never short on hustle, this 5'3" dynamo disrupted the Nets with his aggressive play. And with the hot Robert Reed scoring his 10,000th point,
10,001.
the Hornets reached a milestone of their own, victory number 20. Seasons end, a time to rejoice, a time to reflect. The dream has become a reality. These are visions of a most promising future. Yet the indelible memories will not fade.
It's good! Hornets win! Robert Reed, Robert with a jump shot. It is good! 109!
The Hornets and the city of Charlotte represent a very special kind of champion. For in their inaugural year, success was measured less by wins and losses than by the triumph of the heart and the spirit of the faithful. And no one embodies this sentiment more than owner George Shinn.
God bless you and thank you for making this team the success it is. They're the greatest fans in the world.
Following the final game, the Hornets paid tribute to their avid supporters. One by one, team uniforms were given out. Charlotte made history as they became the first expansion team to lead a professional league in attendance.